August 21st will, of course, be a very interesting fight, as it will be two former unified super welterweight champions duking it out. That, of course, being Jared Hurd versus Jason Rosario. Now, of course, both of these guys did try to move up to middleweight, and unfortunately for both of them, they kind of got stopped in their tracks, literally. But anywho, what's good for them is that middleweight division, no offense to everyone there, is a wee bit weak, is what I'm trying to say. They beat each other, or at least the winner of this fight, maybe just one more fight, and they might see themselves in a title fight. Now, of course, the champions we'll talk about later, but before that, Jason Rosario is, of course, 24-4 with one draw, 18 wins by way of knockout, and unfortunately for him, 4 losses by way of knockout. Of course, he is coming off of a second round TKO victory over Israel Valerio Nina, 16-9, not the best record, but after coming off of a knockout loss, it's always good getting, some confidence back. Now, of course, for his not really middleweight debut, he kind of lingered around the middleweight division, but his essential first actual scheduled middleweight bout was against Brian Mendoza. And unfortunately for Rosario, as you could tell from his losses, he got knocked out in the 5th round via a headshot. He's like, oh, this guy keeps getting knocked out to the body. I'm gonna have to knock him out to the head. Maybe people see it as better. But besides that, of course, he is facing the other former unified super welterweight champion, Jared Hurd, 25-3 with 17 wins by way of knockout, 1 loss by way of knockout. Of course, he is coming off of a 4th round stoppage win over Tia Edmonds, 14-5. And of course, before that, he also got stopped in his essential middleweight debut, that being against Armando Resendiz. He lost in the essential very last round via very, very nasty lip laceration. Ooh, it's nasty. Don't look up that fight. Or at least if you do, second of 10th round start, just say, I don't really feel like it anymore. But anyway, what's good for these guys is that both of them have a common opponent, that being J-Rock, Julian Williams. Now, of course, when Jared Hurd faced them to defend his IBF, IBO, and WBA championship. Now, of course, I was confused when they said, oh, this is unified. It's like unified, and it says IBF and IBO. I was like, oh, they're doing this again with the IBO championship. But no, I forgot. BoxRec just doesn't recognize the WBA anymore. But whatever, we'll just pretend that WBA is just chilling right here, right? But he lost to Julian Williams via unanimous decision, losing his unified titles. Then Jason Rosario became the unified world champion, beating J-Rock Williams in the 5th round to gain the belts that used to be Jared Hurd's. Now, of course, after that, a very interesting one. Both of them really kind of never got back on their feet after losing the unified titles. Jason Rosario, of course, went on to try to unify with Jermell Charlo for the, of course, 3 out of the 4 belts. Fortunately for him, he got stopped in the 8th round. Then after that, he tried to get back in the race, fighting Erickson Lubin. He lost to him as well via 6th round stoppage. Then, of course, he tried to move up, got stopped by Brian Mendoza, while Jared Hurd did not have a better outcome. After losing to Julian Williams, he won a unanimous decision win, which is good, 25-7, whatever. Then he lost split decision against Luis Arias, then lost against Armando Resendiz. So obviously the downfall has been great for not so good for them. But the one thing that Jared Hurd has over Rosario is better people. Hurd has fought Tony Harrison, Austin Trout, and Landy Lara. That's right. He beat all these guys back to back to back. That is nothing short of impressive. But of course, afterwards, it didn't end too well for Hurd. But Rosario, let's not lie, he does have somewhat. Obviously, he has J-Rock on it, which obviously Hurd doesn't. He also have Jorge Cota, which was alright. He's still good, I guess, at the time. But unfortunately for him, he also, that's about it. No offense, but yeah, that's basically about it. So, Rosario has Cota and Williams, which is better because Williams beat Hurd. So, being able to stop Williams is good. Not to mention also going up against Jermell Charlo, although losing in the 8th round. Still valuable experience. Still fought the better of people, although didn't finish as the victor. But the one thing is, Jason Rosario has fought the worst person in this comeback fight against Hurd, while Hurd has fought a decent guy. He's only been stopped once, that being against the guy before, but that guy also has basically a 90% knockout ratio, so nothing to be ashamed of. But with that being said, even in his losses, unfortunately, in the 160, he has fought the better. He has not fought the better person, actually. Mendoza is better than Resendiz at 160, weirdly enough. But it's not that bad. Essentially, the way it's going to work is Rosario is very, very vulnerable. Even at 160, you couldn't really help him. But Hurd, I'm not saying he don't got that dog in him anymore, but he don't got that dog in him anymore. I don't want to say he mentally quit against Resendiz, but he kind of mentally quit against Resendiz. He only survived that long, not because he was fighting very nicely, no, but mostly because he's just a durable dude. So you're going against a durable Hurd, which is a not so durable Rosario, but you got the much more powerful Rosario and the not so mentally strong Hurd now. Because Rosario packs a punch, 75% knockout ratio. Hurd is only 68. And Hurd, I'm just saying, if Hurd crumbles the second Rosario lands a clean punch, it's going to be a quick night for Rosario, stopping Hurd in like probably the 6th round. I wouldn't be surprised. But Rosario's not that durable. I'm not saying like a breeze can knock him down, but like all Hurd has to do is, I don't know, slap himself, get that dog back at him, because he could easily run through Rosario if he really wants to. Okay, not easily, in case Rosario's going to put up a fight, but like the second that clean punch lands, I don't know how he's going to react. Okay, well, no, we all know how he's going to react, but you get the point. If Hurd shells up like he did against Resendiz, obviously that's not going to be good, and Rosario's going to stop him. But unfortunately for Rosario, when they mean any punch can change the outcome of the fight, unfortunately it's not good for him. One good punch and he might actually go down. But enough dilly-dallying. This is a very easy, not easy, it's a toss-up. It's a 50-50 fight because you got the very durable, somewhat strong Hurd against the much more powerful but also weaker Rosario. And Rosario beat J-Rock, who beat Hurd. But Hurd also beat Austin Trout, Tony Harrison, and Erislandy Lara. I'm just saying that is very good. I guess it's just if Rosario can beat up Hurd before Hurd can land that punch. And that's what I'm going to bank off of. I'm going to bank off of Rosario beating Jarrett Hurd via 8th round stoppage. I did say 6th round, but nah, Hurd's durable. Hurd is durable. But Rosario, a.k.a. the Banana, which is weird. You know what? That's a fun nickname. Why not? Banana is good. Also because Hurd is 34. Alright, 33. Not that old, obviously, but considering the amount of punishment he took against Resendiz, he's definitely a way older 33-year-old. But then again, don't you say, hey, but didn't Rosario get knocked out all his losses, and he's only 29. He must be an old 29-year-old. Whatever. Rosario, 8th round stoppage. Very, very weird fight. And don't feel comfortable picking a winner on this one, because you never know. Like, literally. But at the same time, Mendoza did knock him down to the head with a very, very, very strong uppercut. So obviously to his head, he is a quite durable dude. But to his body, you gotta protect that body. I don't know what you gotta do. You gotta do like 10 million sit-ups or something at this point. But with that being said, enough dilly-dallying. Jason Rosario, 8th round stoppage over the former unified super welterweight world champion Jarrett Hurd. But you never know in this fight. And good for them, you know. Janabek is out here struggling to make weight, so he might be moving up soon, which means 2 belts will now be vacated. And hey, I'm just saying, they could capture a title if they want to. Because the other champions, that being Adames and Lara, they are not beating Lara. I get it, Hurd already beat him, but this is not the same Hurd, and this is not the same Lara. And Carlos Adames, I'm just saying, if Hurd wins, especially how he wins against Rosario, if he does, I would fancy him against Adames. A little bit. Just a wee bit. Rosario, unfortunately, no, he's not going to beat Adames or Lara. But anyway, enough dilly-dallying. I already said that twice. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.
My motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.